Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk a little bit about all the random deaths we've been seeing everywhere. You know, the sudden heart attacks, the cardiac arrests, things that have been happening here lately. And I'm going to ahead and throw this out there a few times. Disclaimer, of course, I'm not a doctor. I have been talking to a lot of doctors and nurses about this, and I might have found something that kind of rings true, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. But again, I'm not a doctor, so make sure you do talk to your doctors about anything here. I just want to bring this information out there so maybe people can understand, and if this situation happens, maybe this might help you along the way as well. But here with us again, we have Troublemaker Davey from Business Party Podcast. What the what?
What? I was making my, back in the day, that's what we used to do to make things work. You just kind of crack it and it works.
Apparently, we just came in at the wrong time because he's over there swinging hammers. How you doing, Davey?
Well, that's the only hammer I have, so I'm just gonna swing that one.
All right.
I'm good. It's Friday. Not that it means anything, but yeah, just chugging along, man. We had a great interview this week with the conservative immigrant. We had a special episode last Sunday with Nicole Powers. She is a transgendered woman, and she is fantastic. Yeah, she was a pro golfer.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't watch it all. I was all over the place, but I watched most of that.
Dude, I couldn't believe she said she was a pro golfer, and then she felt bad, so she stopped. She didn't feel like she kind of deserved to do that and be, and she's like, if I'm the best, that that doesn't mean that much because I was born and I went through male puberty. And she talked about, she's great, dude. And I want me and Scott, maybe you, whoever wants to go, we go play golf with her and just watch her annihilate us.
Dude, look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. The last time I played golf, of course I was drunk, but the last time I played golf, I broke 3 golf clubs trying to tee off. So no, I'll sit in the cart and drive you around.
Let's go play putt-putt then. Hey, how about that one? We all bring regular.
I can do that, but
listen, you get to use the rubber ones. We'll all use regular golf. We'll use regular putters, and you use the rubber ones. But
no,
yeah,
but I was working with that military contracting company, and I went out with some of the execs and my bosses, and I was like, I have no clubs, and my boss is like, yeah, you can use mine, it'll be fine. I was like, I'm gonna suck. He's like, it don't matter, we're just gonna go out there and have fun. So I got drunk with him, which was a bad idea because we're about like 9th, 10th hole out, and I'm teeing off, right? And of course, I bring it down too low, and all you hear is me hit the ground and ting. And he's like, "You son of a bitch." I do this 3 times before he's like, "Get in the damn golf cart and shut up."
Oh, that hurts. That's like a couple grand. Oh, that hurt, especially since it's your boss and he probably has nice pings or Titleist, and you're just like, crack, sorry, boss. Oh, that's like a paycheck. Oh, that hurts. Oh, it
was bad. It was
I
bad.
bet.
He was mad at me for about a week.
Dude, you're lucky to be alive right now. I would have probably tried to drown you. I would have taken you. Hey, let's go to the 19th hole. Sixth hole at 9:00.
Yeah, well, he did get me back at one point. It was unrelated to this whole situation, but he did kind of tie it back in. I got shocked by one of those little manual hand crank milliamp things, milliamp generators. I got shocked like shit. And yeah, he kind of said, well, that's payback for breaking my golf clubs. So yeah.
You're lucky you didn't clean your colon out with that thing. Because, oh my goodness gracious. Oh, man. But yeah. Other than that, doing good, chugging along, just loving. Dude, I went to my doctor the other day to just get my routine check because I go every couple months. My blood pressure's low. My blood pressure hasn't been under 135 in like months. And then like I went and he's like, your blood pressure is like 110/80. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, the podcast.
I mean, it does help.
It's like therapy, dude. It's
Yeah,
like
you get that shit off your chest, man. It does help.
Oh, man,
Even if you just ramble and say nonsensical bullshit, at least it's, you get it off your chest.
Well, yeah, the podcast helped my blood pressure, so maybe I'll put that on my what you call it? My healthcare, and I'll just be like, hey, I need this preventative. I need a new microphone. I need a new computer. Listen, this is gonna help me in the long run because my blood pressure's come down.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Well, I'm glad it's actually working for you then, man.
Oh,
I really am.
I'm having fun.
Y'all should check out the Business Party podcast, though. They have some weird conversations. They have a lot of fun over there, and
yeah, we have.
It's really not like they'll try to do something, but it's kind of like when we get together, we just randomly say some dumb shit.
Scott wants to be all serious. Scott wants to be all serious, and I just make a ball joke in the middle of it, and he's just like. But that's what I said. He's the smart one. The dude is smart, just like you. You both are very smart, very intelligent, and know what you're talking about. And I'm just an idiot that, will just whatever. Hey, you want to shock your balls? Let's do this.
No, I do not.
Well, if it gets me a Patreon, I'll do it.
I mean, you could put it on OnlyFans. That'll be great.
I was just gonna say, if my OnlyFans blew up. That's what it took to get you to pay $5.99 a month.
I don't know. I might pay $5.99 a month to see you shock your balls.
They're not good anyway, so it really doesn't matter to me.
All right, so now we've gone way too much information already. I apologize. I don't apologize. This is what we do. Let's get into this real quick. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've all heard about the cardiac arrest and everything. Of course, the Damar Hamlin incident and all that. And again, I'm going to state it once again. I'm not a doctor in any of this, but I think I have found something that kind of loosely links this together because I can't confirm any of this just yet. But get into some of these things that we're talking about here. Well-known sportscaster in 20 years, I've never seen this many stories about young athletes dying. Reports of young, healthy athletes dying continue to pile up. For example, on January 9th, 21-year-old Air Force Academy offensive lineman Hunter Brown suddenly collapsed and died on his way from class to his dorm room. That's not normal. I mean, the dude's an athlete. He wasn't on the field. He was on his way to his dorm and just collapsed. All right. That's what? He's an Air Force Academy offensive lineman, which means he was in the military. This kind of thing was demanded of the military.
He was in the Air Force. Relax, okay? My wife was in the Air Force. They have actual rooms. They don't have to sleep in tents. They get snacks. They get snack time, okay?
Right. But it's perhaps, well, you know what I'm talking about with the force thing. Perhaps cases like this have always happened, but for one reason or another are only being reported on now, which is actually true. There are a lot of cases in just in the recent past where this has happened. It's just people are paying attention more and more because there is a sudden increase of it. It's not just like an incident here or there 1, 2, 3 times a year or something like that. This is a recent increase, and we have been paying attention. But says that being said, according to one veteran sportscaster, the prevalence of these mysterious death stories is unlike anything we've ever seen before. In the world of sports, we need deep dive investigations into whether the COVID shot is leading to more deaths of young, otherwise healthy people, Outkick founder and sports writer Clay Travis said. While admitting the stories are anecdotal, Travis cited the tragic case of Brown and Damar Hamlin before making his point. Now, I have been writing and talking about sports for 20 years nearly, Travis said. I don't remember these stories like this happening. I don't remember stories about athletes walking onto college campuses and suddenly dropping. But the number of high school, college, even pro athletes who are suddenly dropping all around the world seems to be a fairly substantial trend. Okay. Maybe nothing unusual is happening. As Travis said, these are merely anecdotes. Or maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't have forced young people to get the vaccine. All right. I do totally agree. And once we talk about a little bit about this, I will present the evidence as to why, and I will give my case as to why. But of course, USA Today, mind you, USA Today not too long ago had to remove 23 stories because the writer that made them up made up everything, including the sources. So USA Today, it's just like every other mainstream media outlet. They're straight up fucking lying to you. Says fact check. Post wrongly claims 118,000 died suddenly after COVID-19 vaccine release. A December 11th, 22 Instagram post, direct link, archive link, shows a headline purported report on a CDC admission. CDC quietly confirms at least 118,000 children and young adults have died suddenly in the USA since the rollout of the COVID vaccines. Reads the headline from the Expose, a website that has previously published misinformation. I love how the fact you say that, USA Today, because you had to take down 23 stories. So who's really showing misinformation? Let's see. Instagram post shows a screenshot, December 10th, 2022 tweet. We can go show that real quick. Where they're actually, this is actually kept up there. But yeah, that was retweeted more than 1,000 times. The Instagram version generated over 4,000 likes in less than a month.
Don't you
They
love?
rated.
Don't you love on social media though that the sensationalized one always gets pushed out the most? The correction never gets. You see the sensationalized one where 2 million people have died from the COVID vaccine, blah 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 blah, and then oh no, well maybe not 200, maybe not 2 million. Well, we redact the story and only we found out 200,000 people have died from the COVID from non-COVID vaccine related, and it's like, and then it gets like 12 retweets. It's like,
right. Just like the CDC saying, hey, only 6% of the deaths were real. Everything else was comorbidities.
Did you ever try to put the numbers together from the CDC?
Kind of, yeah. But I mean, you got numbers all over the place. So,
dude, it was astronomically. So if you took it, it showed you the number of dead, the number of dead from it, the number of dead associated with it. And then if you added up all the numbers together, first of all, it was not even close to what they said on the news. Second of all, if you added all the numbers total, it didn't even add up to the total that the CDC was given. It was like, I'm going, what? Yeah. How come? Dude, it was bad. Like, it was really, and even the numbers from the states to like, well, this many people died from this and this and this and this and this. 1.2 million. I'm like, well, it only adds up to like 600,000. How is 1.2 million? Huh? What the?
Or how about Joe Biden claiming that over half the country died from COVID? You remember that? He's like, 150 million people will die before I'm done with this speech.
Dude,
what? I died from boredom listening to you.
I heard Blinky, Karine Jean-Pierre say that Joe Biden is the most coherent person in the White House, and I almost died. I almost died.
Hey, at least you got a definitive statement other than the fact that we're not going to talk about this.
Oh, dude. But I put together a montage of everything he said that made no sense. And he said something about people were getting $100 million to get the COVID vaccine. And he was like, no, wait, 100 million. No, 100,000. $100. If it was 100 million, I'd get it 3 times. I'm like, you fucking did, stupid. You got it 5 times.
Maybe that's what's wrong with him.
Dude, if you look, it's weird because if you look at, because I was going through that stuff, and if you look at some of the stuff that he's said or he's been on camera, it gets really weird because like it'll be January, he'll be like November, he's like and he's all like good, and then he goes, and then you go to like December, he's like it's like what's going on with this man? Because there's something obviously going wrong with him.
Dude, they're pumping him up with so many damn uppers in certain situations.
Something, man. Because what
I mean, you remember that one where he was in that red background, just like getting mad and shaking his fist, looking like fucking Hitler?
Dude, he did it the State of the Union. I did that. I did that. Like, dude.
The State of the Union was fucking great, though, because everybody's like, nah, you're a fucking liar. I was like, yes, say it.
You're like, it's so disrespectful that they said it. And I'm like, didn't you guys not even show up to Trump's? You guys didn't even, or you walked out? Like, so shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut your mouth. You can't just be sitting there going,
hey, Nancy Pelosi ripped up Trump's speech, man. How fucking more disrespectful are you going to get?
Well, Biden was smart. No. Biden was smart. He handed what's his face an actual like a cardboard thing in the middle so he couldn't rip it up.
I loved it though. While he was going through his speech, you could see McCarthy in the background just being like, no, that's a lie. No. I was just like, you got him almost mid-frame doing this shit. That was great, dude.
I love when Biden gets mad because he's like, I'm going to bring civility back to the White House. You don't understand. Why are you on my lawn? Joe, that's the press. Hi, guys. How are you?
Name one person that changed places with Xi Jinping. Name one. But yeah, that was fucking great.
It's
all right. Let's see. The CDC has not confirmed at least 118,000 people have died suddenly since 2020. And officials say that it's not an accurate description of what happened. While there have been over 100,000 excess deaths during the COVID-19 pandemic, experts say a majority of these deaths are related to COVID-19 infections. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What was the jab over? Why were people getting the jab in the first place?
So, because we were told if we got the jab, we wouldn't get it.
And then
everybody got it.
And then
people died.
Yeah. So they're COVID-19 related infections. Oh my God. This is the game they play with this shit though. You know, this is how they try to say it's false. They try to frame it like, oh, it's because of this, not because of this. When they're actually all one and the fucking same. But it says there is no evidence that these sudden deaths were sudden or linked to COVID-19 vaccines. Oh, there's no evidence that these were sudden? Philly family who lost an athlete to sudden cardiac arrest hopes it doesn't happen to anyone else. Hold on. Let's see, where is it? Rumpf was 21 years old when he collapsed and died from sudden cardiac arrest while playing a summer pickup game at Mallory Recreation Center in Mount Airy on May 8th, 2005. Wait. 2005. Oh, that's not him. That was a 2005 one. My bad. But yeah. I was like, hold up.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I guess
no, but
that's not the story. This was something else. Not all players.
No, that was not the story. Yeah, here we go. Sorry. I should have closed that one down before I started that one. I went through a lot of these, but
whoopsie.
Heartbreak is former college tennis player dies of massive heart attack. Haven gave Angel. Let's see. 2014 graduate university died on Sunday, this is February 9th, 2023, after a massive heart attack cut off the oxygen to her brain after an extended period. According to Clayton News Daily, Kimball's family was forced to make her heart-wrenching decision to take off after life support. All right. Now, this woman here, family, friends, formerly coaches, condolences week after unimaginable tragedy. Yeah, she just literally just dropped. like for no reason. Well, in that we were stunned, heartbroken to learn Lily passing away. Blah blah blah. Let's see. As mentioned by Wallace, Kimball enjoyed quite college tennis career. Um, Kimball's heart attack has been linked to a kidney condition. Huh? I've never heard of that.
That her family seemed to be unaware of. Yeah, she had a kidney disease that nobody had, nobody knew.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
I've never heard of a heart attack happening because of a kidney condition. Now, I do know that renal failure is a thing. Like if your kidneys start shutting down, it doesn't filter out the toxins in your urine and it will poison you, which is why dialysis is a thing. But I've never heard of it causing a heart attack. And I've even brought it up to doctors, and doctors are just like, maybe, possibly, but huh? Let's see. Mom says she suffered heart attack during PTA meeting at a child's school. This woman goes to a PTA meeting here. Feels a sharp pain in her chest and discomfort in her throat. I said, I hope I'm not having a heart attack. Also said that when she drank water, it tasted salty, which is a thing. It's not a normal symptom of it, but yes, it's like normally tasting like a copper metallic thing, smelling burning hair, that type of thing. Numbness in your arms or something like that. Those are typical side effects, but there are some things that are just like some random things do happen. Bethesda, Maryland hospitals.
Look when everybody started first getting it, did we not see people just falling over on television?
Yeah.
Do we not?
I mean, you remember that comedian that was just like bragging about it? She's like, I got all these in vaccines. God loves me the most, and then passes out.
And then God went click.
I'm not religious, but that was fucking perfect timing.
If you didn't believe in God, you believed in something after that, because she's like, yeah, God loves me the most. And God went, nope. I mean, and she was fine afterwards, thank God. But like,
no, she wasn't. She fractured her skull when she fell, but
I know. I mean, she's fine now. I mean, she, got half a brain now. But it's. But
looking like Peter Griffin in that stroke episode. No, but yeah, she just got dizzy and she just like collapsed, man. And it was comedic, perfect timing, and everybody thought it was funny. And I'm gonna admit, when I first saw it, I laughed because I thought she was doing a skit. And then she stayed down, and people are just like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, yeah, something happened. What just?" And then the next day, it's just like, "Oh, she fractured her skull." I was like, "Shit, I feel like a dick now."
Like, do you feel bad after that? Like, are you sitting there just laughing like, yeah, she's on the floor, and then like, do you realize no, she really fell on the floor? And you're like, shit, I shouldn't have laughed, but that was kind of funny. Like,
I feel like a dick, but I do stay true to my name.
Listen, at that time, it was hilarious, but nobody knew she was actually, she said, I mean, listen, she said God loved her the most. What was we supposed to think?
Look, God just tried to bring her home to be a comedian for him. All right, are we going too far yet?
No.
No, but yeah, it's what was that? I think it was either New Zealand or Australia where that woman was given a press conference about the vaccine. She's just like, I got it like 15 minutes ago. And then all of a sudden you could just see her just like, and pass out.
Where's the doctor that was the first person that got it? Remember that lady that everybody was like, she's dead, and they're like, no, she's not. She's at home and recovering. And then nobody's talked about her since. Nobody's seen her. Nobody has.
I mean, you got a point.
Nobody has seen her. It's been like 3 years, and you hide no hair about her. But yeah, I mean, listen,
I didn't even think about that, but yeah,
there's too much stuff that's just. I mean, now people are just gaslighting. Like, I used to hate that word, and I still kind of do. But now more and more that I see it, like, I'm like, whoa. And it's people projecting, because the people that talk about it, for the most part, do it the most. Because I was watching a live today, and some lady was like, people are starting to there's states that you can't get the vaccine, and they're probably trying to ban the vaccine. Like, why can't you just get it if you want it? And I was like, and I'm sitting there going, I want to reach through my phone and choke you, because that's not what you said 2 years ago. If that was 2 years ago, and I just spit out my microphone, that's gross. If that was 2 years ago, you were the one sitting there saying, get it or you don't love your family. Get it or you don't love anybody else. Get it or you're selfish. And now it's just like, well, I don't understand why people are, banning it, because, I mean, you don't have to take it. Yeah, now we don't have to take it. Remember when everybody said there's four little portions on that little card? What do you think? And you got 2. What do you think those other 2 for? It's not
now,
for the flu. Now all of a sudden you got to turn the fucker over and just keep going.
Right. I mean, we're on 5th fucking booster, or third booster now. 5th shot.
Third booster. Third booster, yeah. It's just like,
I mean, it's not like THMPT.org has the Pfizer data drop where it shows you that after 7 days, the efficacy goes down to less than 7%.
My favorite video is watching the percentage go down, and it goes no.
Right.
You just watch
100, 90, 80, 70, 65
going down. And it's like, well, the boosters in it. Shut up. Where's that little midget been? He's gone. He's like, guys, it's been a good time. Thank you for the money. Once again, another person with our tax dollars is just waving into the sunset on a boat on his way to an island.
Speaking of
Island,
which,
but still,
Susan Wojcicki is stepping down as the CEO of YouTube.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's going to put somebody else who's just as bad. But
probably
she knows what's coming because they've subpoenaed to show up for Apple, Google, Spotify, all these other big companies that have tried to censor people. She knows she's next. So she's just like, bye-bye.
Maybe it has something to do with Tim Pool telling everybody sue YouTube.
Maybe.
Maybe it has something to do with him telling everybody just go ahead, fine, put whatever you want up, and then if they take you down and it's wrong, then you just sue them for I mean, it's so stupid. Once again, you don't censor people, because if people don't want to watch somebody, they'll cancel themselves. They'll just sit there, eventually just stop doing it. Like, so if you just cancel somebody, you just make that person bigger, and you just make people want to know what they're saying. Just like with this
Gina Carano, Alex Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, can we do we have Joe fucking Rogan? I never listened to him till he was just like, oh, they're going to kick him off YouTube, Spotify. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, cancel him from Spotify. I really didn't listen to his shit until then. So, I mean, I knew he existed. I knew that was going on, and he has some awesome ass conversations. I wonder why I didn't listen to it beforehand. Because the dude is pretty fucking, I mean, he's got some great conversations, but a lot of times he just makes Gilbert Grape's brother look like Albert Einstein. And I'm just like, Joe, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's 2 + 2 is 4.
Mom. That's probably Leo's best performance ever.
But yeah, I want to bring it back to this, the Bethesda thing.
Let's go back to SCAD.
At a Bethesda, Maryland hospital, Tyler says doctors diagnosed her with SCAD, a spontaneous coronary artery dissection, a rare occurrence where a tear forms on the wall of a blood vessel of the heart and separates without warning, according to the American Heart Association. SCAD can cause a blood clot that may lead to a heart attack. Now, I'm going to emphasize these words. I'll show you why here very soon. Arrhythmia or even sudden cardiac death in some cases require open heart surgery. Now, this is a thing, and apparently to the American Heart Association, it is it's not rare, but it's not a common occurrence kind of situation.
Have you ever heard of SADS before?
Sudden adult death? SIDS, yes.
SIDS, yes. Kids, yeah. Adults, no.
Never.
I've never heard. The only thing I've ever heard of SADS is a heart attack. All of a sudden, dad, who's 475 pounds, won't stop smoking cigars and eating Cheetos. Yeah, that's a SADS, not a 21-year-old, a 31-year-old woman who's playing.
That is That is planned adult death syndrome. That was going on for years, man.
That's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat it and keep going because you know what? I'm already on the other side of it. But it now all of a sudden it's just, well, it just so happened that she had this arrhythmia that it just doesn't just happen. All this stuff doesn't just coincidence. Look, goalkeeper dies suddenly after saving a penalty.
Especially
At
okay,
25.
Now,
25.
These things like look, all right. You cannot sit there and tell me. Now I can understand under very, very physical sports like this that you can have some kind of arrhythmia develop when your heart's constantly beating, you're constantly running around, you're constantly moving. It does put pressure on or put some strain on your heart. I do understand this. It can happen, but not on the massive level that we've seen.
Now, to play devil's advocate, do you think we only know it more now because of social media and because more people are putting it out? Because I didn't know there's a such thing as a heart attack season, but apparently there is, and it's during the winter.
I did know about that, but I've helped nurses study in school, so yeah, it's kind of like a thing. Yeah, I knew about that, but yeah.
But yeah, there's a heart attack season because it's cold and people's bodies are, working on overtime and, and they have a heart. But I mean, now that with the advent of social media, the way it is now, like now we know. So you think maybe possibly this stuff has been happening for years and now it's kind of just come to light?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to be 100% sure. I'm going to say no because I've known a lot of people all throughout school, high school, college, things like that that played sports. Never once have I heard about somebody dying on the field from a heart attack. And look, I live in Alabama. Fucking football is everything.
Braggart.
It literally is. Football is everything. Never once have I heard about somebody from the University of Alabama or University of Auburn or the Georgia Bulldogs. Never once have I heard them have a heart attack while they were playing a game. Never once. I mean, and damn well, since everybody talks about football, that's literally 70% of every conversation every day, and it drives me insane. Somebody would bring that up.
Well, I mean, a lot of things that you hear, death from like heat stroke and stuff like that, because it's like 100 degrees in the middle of August, and people go hard and they don't get enough to drink and they think they're fine. But yeah, I mean, I was just wondering because, like I said, I never heard of stroke season. And I'm like, I mean, I had stroke season from the age of 13 to 17, but I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
Anyway. We'll continue.
That's a different reason behind that. But yeah, it says Belgian goalkeeper Arnie Ipsel died at age 25 after he collapsed on the pitch on Saturday moments after saving a penalty from an amateur team. Okay, so this dude was a fucking goalie. Now, I can understand if you were actually like playing soccer because you're running back and forth constantly trying to catch this ball, trying to do all that. Your heart's always... You're constantly moving your heart. It stays at a higher rate. I can understand something like that happen, but this was a goddamn goalie. These motherfuckers don't move. Stop playing games. This motherfucker's sitting there doing absolutely nothing half the damn game. What? In a high-scoring game, you get maybe 7, 8, maybe 10 points in soccer. So that means in a 3-hour game, the goalies are standing around just... I'm just gonna fuck off right over here. Hey, how you doing? No, not even pay attention half the fucking time. But this motherfucker was a goddamn goalie at age 25, and suddenly he stops a goal and drops dead. That's not normal. Then we got this one. Mom dies suddenly. 7 months pregnant.
You said it wrong. Read it the way it is.
Mum. Mum. I don't even know what Tyler is.
Mom died suddenly.
Let's see. Friends and family of a pregnant mum of 3 have been left with questions following her sudden death just minutes after saying she didn't feel well. Let's see, passed away when she was 26 years old on Tuesday, February
Oh,
14th,
Valentine's
leaving
Day.
behind her leaving
Oh.
behind her 3 kids, Lincoln 5, Oakley 4, and Ralphie, who was 10 months old.
She was pregnant again? Good Lord, that woman didn't like television. Wow.
Let's see, she had a kid that was 10 months old, and she was pregnant again with what, 7 months along, right?
No, can't. Come on. 3
That's the
months?
way we should. How long? 7 months pregnant.
Holy
The kid was 10
moly.
months, so it was just like it was one right after another. That was 3 months after the other baby was born. Hey, at least she waited that period. You know, there is a, what is it, 26 weeks after a woman gets birth, she's
Something
very
like that.
susceptible to it. You know,
Maybe her vagina told her heart to just stop.
I'm done.
I can't. I'm so. Listen, I can't do.
I've been ripped open 3 other times. I can't do this again. Sorry. I'm sorry. This is a fresh fucking. Why do you do this?
Why are the way? Why I've heard that a time or two. Why are you the way you are? Well, you know,
What is wrong with your brain?
Childhood trauma. But I mean, it's just so many people between the age of 20 and 30 that's like I was saying to you, like with all this stuff that's going on, what's going on that we need ED medication for people in their 30s? Like it's getting to the point where you need ED medication at 30? Like, come on, there's something going on
Hold on.
between everything.
Now, it is a thing that 1 in 5 men do experience erectile dysfunction within their 30s. Usually only happens for a few years, but that has been increasing over time.
You know how you cure that? Change your wife. Hello, crickets.
Fucked up.
Whoa, the vagina telling the heart to stop. That's not fucked up. You know, change your wife. That's fucked up.
I mean, you get married for a reason.
Yeah, you love her, and then she talks.
You love her, but your dick don't.
Listen, said that a lot. Not to my wife. Not to my wife. Not to my wife.
Okay.
No. Let me put that disclaimer out before I get murdered and never get any again. But yeah, Mercer was.
Yeah, she died due to a lack of oxygen in her brain. And I brought this up because unfortunately the baby then had no oxygen, so he then died. But yeah, it was, where is it? It was, so yeah, Zoe is thought to have suffered a sudden cardiac arrest, though Mercer noted the post-mortem may reveal something else. Sudden cardiac arrest. Now, what?
I got a question.
Do
you see the GoFundMe statement?
Family, friends, they give some Green family followed the heartbreaking loss of Zoe with donations set to go towards Zoe's funeral and her children's futures.
Where's her husband? Where's the children's fathers?
Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
There's no mention of her husband or boyfriend. Nothing. Just the children's futures. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but they just happen to, they just happen to like, ooh, living with those parents. The youngest, Ralphie, is living with his father. Oh, jeez.
So they were separated. That's where that comes in. But yeah. And then there's this one. A lot of people know this story. Diamond and Silk get vaccinated. Cause of death remarks sparks confusion.
But I love the fact that everybody jumped on the train of, see, she was anti-vax. And then you wait the 24 to 48 hours that you should wait. And then you find out, yeah, she did get vaxxed, but everybody jumped on the she wasn't vaxxed. Good, and that's what also pisses me off. Like, when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, Trump was just like, I'm sorry for her. That's a terrible thing. But as soon as, like, you hear Melania Trump is sick or Ivanka, good. I hope Trump dies too. Like, like, relax, people. Like, somebody just passed. Like this woman just passed away, and y'all just want to jump on quickly. See, she was an anti-vaxxer. She gets it, and then turns out she got it. You can still get it. You can still be an anti-jab person and still get it, because there's certain people that should get it. There's certain people who have certain diseases that should get it. There's certain people, and my theory, to be honest with you, is it's like the flu vaccine. Your body gets to a certain age and it no longer has a good immune system. So what is it doing? It's helping boost your immune system. So yeah, there's a lot of people in that older range that got it and they're good.
If it works.
Yeah. And there's also people in that younger range that don't need it, that got it because they were forced to. Remember, they were forced to. If you didn't do it, you didn't get to play football. You didn't get to do sports. They didn't let you into school sometimes. And if you didn't do it, they put a mask on you. And if you didn't have your mask on, they would kick you out of school. They wouldn't let your parents in. So yeah, you were
You remember the military?
Yeah. You were forced to get it. I don't want to hate. I hate people who say, well, you didn't have to get it. Nobody forced you to get it. Yeah, then they didn't want you in society. They told you if you didn't get it, you shouldn't go out. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be the other way around. If you're sick, you shouldn't go out.
They also told you that if you didn't get it, you don't deserve any health care and you should die.
By the people who were proponents of universal health care.
Yeah.
Come on. So I'm supposed to pay for someone who goes to McDonald's and eats 47 cheeseburgers at a time with 6 Cokes, and I got to pay for his health insurance, but I don't want to get a shot. And if I get sick or something like that, you don't want to pay for mine. Where is that in universal health care? You morons. You morons.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, I want to bring up one more thing here before we really get into the kind of nitty gritty of all this. Well, actually, 2 more things. Woman with no history of heart issues dies suddenly of cardiac arrest. Friends call on community for help. Las Vegas woman who started a fundraising campaign for the family of a friend who died suddenly January 8th. Michelle Morgan told KLS TV that her friend Alicia, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
Goblinoff?
You already fucked it up because there's an E in there. or an R.
But
Groblinghoff?
Dude, it's German. They got 7 different letters they don't pronounce.
Groblinghoff.
There's a somewhere. There's a.
I speak German, and that's still fucking hard. All right. Went into cardiac arrest while working out at a gym. Okay. Hold on. Unless you're a bodybuilding woman, let's just be honest. Women at the gym, what are they doing? They're running on treadmills. They're not really going that fast. They're doing stair steppers, that kind of thing. They're doing light cardio. They're doing light weight.
I don't know. I saw women filming guys who were looking at them and then shaming them and then plugging their OnlyFans. I've seen women do that.
While they're lifting weights with their hips thrusting into the air. Like, come on. Look,
equality.
I don't care who you are. Anybody. You don't have to be a creep. You could be the best man in the fucking world, but when a woman's in the gym, you're going to watch that woman just because if anything happens, you're going to rush over there to help. So yes, you're periodically going to watch her. I'll watch a woman in the gym more than I'd watch Davey because fuck him.
You did.
What?
What? Was it
no.
a dream?
Yes. But no, that's the thing. You know, it's built into men to take care of women. So, I mean, if you're doing something that could actually hurt you or cause injury. Yes, if something happens, you collapse with weights on you, I want to help you get that off of you, because if I just stand there and watch you die, what kind of dick am I gonna be?
Oh,
You
like that
know?
girl 2 weeks after that video came out, and all the guys just looked at her as the fucking as the weights just slammed on her head, and all the guys are just like, "Well, I'm not looking at her.
Right.
I'm not looking.
Right.
Hey, some lady want to help her out because we were just
Because I'm
called."
gonna be a creep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
that's
mean,
what
you
you
did it to
do.
yourself.
That exactly. That's what you do. Like, not all women, because let's just preface that not all women, but the women who go out and do stupid things, and guys who do stupid things like that, they mess it up for everybody else because they see this, and lamestream media, don't be a mainstream minion. Um, they just go and they run with this story. They put it out everywhere. Everybody sees it. The guys go, well, fine. I'm not going to look at them. The girl, girl's doing something, she gets hurt, and all of a sudden it's like, well, why didn't any of the guys help her? It's like, because you just called them creeps 2 weeks ago and you made all this noise about it. And now when the guys don't want to help, now all of a sudden, men don't like to help women. Yeah.
Now, mind you, devil's advocate, there was a guy that in a town really close to me who was shot and killed by police because they were called for him recording women working out in a gym. He was on the outside filming
Oh,
in
yeah.
these windows. They called the cops. He tried to pull the gun on the cops and they killed him. They tried to protest for that shit. That was hilarious as hell, because there's a dude, I sat there and watched it for a little bit. I dropped my wife off and I came back through the area where they were trying to protest, and every single person that stopped, I could hear them yell, "That motherfucker was trying to film women and tried to shoot cops. Get the fuck out the road." I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
You can say what you want about Alabama, but at least we know what the fuck we're talking about most of the time.
Listen, I love when people get out of the car and they're like, and people protesting climate, and they're like, we gotta go to work. We're trying to go to work. You don't want to go to work, that's fine, but I'm trying to get to work. And
Work is racist.
New slaves, baby. We're the new slaves.
Yeah, being on time is whiteness, culture of whiteness. But yeah, she died the next day. She was 46, according to her obituary. Morgan told KLS that a friend, no history of heart problems before, suddenly, without warning, collapsed at the gym and suffered a massive cardiac arrest. Why? Now, okay, in all of these articles, they don't say anything about jabby jabs, except for the one about Diamond and Silk, which that was the whole damn part of that article. But then we got the Atlantic. Twitter has no answers for the died suddenly little documentary thing. All this going around. What they're saying in this article here is almost certainly no connection to the vaccine, which is an extremely remote risk of causing heart inflation. Myocarditis. Now, there have been a lot of cases of this, and I will admit Tim does have a point with this. If you give out 100 million of something and 1% of that breaks, that is incredibly more prevalent than giving out 1,000 of something and 1% of it breaks. Get you. I understand, But let's see, much smaller than the risk of COVID-19 itself. How? What is the link between COVID-19 and myocarditis? What is the link between COVID-19 and a heart attack?
I would go with nobody knows, because they don't want to release the information.
Beep.
But you got new mainstream media telling you, whatever they want to tell you. They'll tell you this. Okay, show me. Well, it's been in the newspaper and Newsweek, and and Ilhan Omar says, doctor, no, okay. Oh well, doctors, and you know who they're shutting up? Doctors who go against what it said. Scott Jensen, they're trying to shut him up and get him get his doctorate thrown out or whatever for doctors. What's the guys, the husband and wife from Harvard, that was saying that it wasn't that there's something's wrong with it. Peter Malone, all these people they try to silence. Why? mind you, this is supposed to be a free vaccine, right? How did they make $32
I mean, it's
billion?
not free. We're paying for it.
Oh, but it was free. Everybody go to your local CVS. You can get a free one. Hey, doc, you want to give me the jab? Nope. Why? Well, just listen. There's a homeless guy about 3 blocks away giving out free shots to everybody that walks around. Oh, we'll go there.
Right?
Hey, come on, give me a break. Every place was you could go to a stadium and they'd mass shoot it into you, but your own physical doctor wouldn't give it to you.
What was that? It was like a donut shop or something where they were just like saying free donuts with a jab or something. Or it was a burger place. I forget what it was.
It was New York and stupid de Blasio with his stupid burger.
Yeah, he was eating the fries and burgers. It's like, this is good. Go get your shot.
Does this look good to you? How about these fries? And I'm like, oh my God. This is what New York and New Jersey is producing. These morons that aren't even from here. They're not even from Governor Murphy from New Jersey is from Boston, and he's a millionaire. And he's sitting there telling people, you got to stay home. You can stay home. You can afford it. People can't stay home.
Yes. But
go get
your jab.
Here's the listen. Be healthy, folks. Get yourself a jab. Now here's 40,000 calories.
But I wanted to bring this up because I find this fucking interesting. The idea that the shots are causing mass death has been boosted by right-wing media figures and a handful of well-known professional athletes. Right-wing media figures. Wait a minute. Do you remember this? Where this woman was just like, hey, I was a COVIDian here. We didn't know half the shit we did. We just called truce. But yet, let's see, this was October 31st, 2022, January 24th, 2023, 3 months later, and you motherfuckers are right back at it.
Gaslighting.
No, it's actually because of the fact that everybody ripped him a new fucking asshole and told him to go fuck off. There will be no amnesty. I will never forgive you for the shit that fucking happened.
No.
And why should I don't blame him.
Why should we? We were outcast. We were told, the same woman that told on CNN who said, we got to get these shots into people because, the dangling carrot is going away, is now saying that hey, hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I clicked the wrong one, but it looks good. We'll do it. Wrong direction. Your camera's backwards.
That stupid mirror. The same woman is now saying that her child is developmentally challenged,
disabled. Yes,
because I don't know if it's disabled because, but he's challenged now because he was wearing a mask, and because she was wearing a mask. So the child is kind of has this like look in his face, like, what is that? Why is your face like that? So the kid doesn't know, I guess, emotions or whatnot. But it's the same woman now, like, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe you were wrong. Maybe you just cost people their livelihoods, some people their lives, because the amount of domestic violence, the amount of divorces, the amount of child suicides, all that went up. But you're sitting there going, maybe I was wrong. Maybe you were wrong. So was Goebbels.
So was Stalin.
Yeah. So was Mussolini. They were wrong.
I mean, what were the Nuremberg codes for? Shit.
Well, I mean, listen, apparently they could just do whatever they want now and just get away with it.
Yeah. We do need Nuremberg trials to come back for this.
But it would never happen. It would never happen, because these people are just, the power of the people with this power has so much power that Chris Cuomo was saying that he was going to kill people at the network and himself. because he was fired from CNN. Do you understand the power you have to be in the presence of to say because I got fired from a news network, I'm going to kill people and myself? Like, what?
Yeah, and then who was it? That was Brian Stelter who was fired. Yeah, fucking Eggman. He was fired. Now he fucking teaches at Harvard about media. He was fired for lying constantly.
I just asking questions, guys. I just asking questions, guys.
Like, you remember that little clip where that kid was just asking, "How can we trust the media because you lied to us?" And he's just like, "Oh, it's lunchtime." You remember that shit? This motherfucker's teaching at Harvard now. And then there's Don Lemon.
Oh.
You remember that? This dude had a fucking, oh my God, he went full Andrew Tate. This son of a bitch is just like, oh, well, she shouldn't run for president because she's past her prime. Well, women are in their prime in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and everybody's just like, and he's just like, sorry, not sorry.
Dude, you heard the brakes. You could hear the brakes in his head. Like, no, wait, no, welcome back. Well, that's not what I'm saying. That's what you just said it. This is now.
That's what Google says, not me. All right.
But you just said she's past her prime, and then you went no. And then you pawned it off on Google. I mean, listen. Well, here it goes. The man has never had a woman, so he doesn't understand that women hit their prime at a different time than men do. You know, men hit their prime at an earlier age. Women hit their prime later on in life. So he doesn't understand that. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass because he doesn't like those women. So he doesn't understand that.
I like the way you squeak that out.
But I mean, it's like, dude, they were the people are talking about we don't need a president that's in their 80s, their 70s and 80s. 50s, you still understand. I mean, you could still get technology at 50, you know, but at 80, you're sitting there like you can't even ride a bicycle.
I mean, Joe Biden proved that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even want to vote for Trump this time because, dude, it's going to be like 80 years old. 80, and when he gets out, he's going to be like 84, 85. Like, dude, no, I don't want somebody that old running our country. I don't care how.
This motherfucker's a walking heart attack as it is.
Yeah. He's throwing McNuggets at people. Hey, Melania, throw it in my mouth. Throw it again. Throw it again. Like he's at a hibachi. You know, I don't want that.
Dude, you remember when he was meeting up with that sports team and they had fucking McDonald's for dinner there, and everybody's just like, I don't know why you're mad. I like McDonald's.
Yeah. Like he had everything, and everybody was like, and these guys work all year long, and they try to keep their body in shape, you know. And then you go to the White House and you eat McDonald's. That'd be the greatest. Do you remember Forrest Gump? Yeah, I had a Dr. Pepper. Considering they were free, I had me about 5 or 6 of them. Yeah. I'm gonna have 97 cheeseburgers at the White House. This is gonna be the greatest story ever. And you think I'm not throwing a cheeseburger at the wall in the bathroom? You're out of your mind,
dude. Look, I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. If I was served McDonald's at the White House, I'd still fucking eat it. Yeah. I'm at the goddamn White House, but still, the fact that happened was hilarious. No, I'm gonna vote for Trump. It's not only for the reason you gave, but I just don't want the same damn dumb shit again. Yes, you did some damn good. You called this out. You woke a lot of people up. But we don't need to circle back. I'm sorry, Jen Psaki, but we don't need to circle back. Let's move the fuck forward.
Yeah.
Which brings up another point.
He did a great job. Just really quickly, he did a great job in opening a lot of people's eyes. Okay.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that open their eyes.
I mean, he got mine.
He got mine. You know, he got mine. And it's just like he opened people's eyes to, I mean, it's a slow burn of getting rid of the swamp. And Matt Gaetz, once again, hey, guess who got exonerated of those charges? Oh, yeah, Matt Gaetz, but you're not going to hear anything like that. You're just going to keep hearing the perpetual Matt Gaetz is a pedo, Matt Gaetz is a pedo, yet no charges. Nothing happened. But, Trump did that, and he made people like the Freedom Caucus come out and go, this is what we want. And listen, McCarthy thought he had it. McCarthy thought he had the whole thing in the bag that he was going to become. And the Freedom Caucus went, guess not. So this is what we want. And they held him up, and good.
And they went from what, 14 to 20 votes before everything was all said and done. And everybody's just like, maybe you got a point.
Dude, Byron Donald. I would love Byron Donald as Speaker of the House.
Dude,
Byron.
That dude's fucking awesome. He's just like, hey, you get all this hate. What are you going to say about that? I'm 6'4", 260. Fuck him. Fuck yeah. But yeah.
I mean, yeah. So
there is another little thing that I do want to touch on, and before we go on to this real fucking point.
This is why we do 4 hours, by the way, because we just go off. Yeah. I go off on a tangent, and then we're like, let's go back to what we're supposed to. Yeah. And then we'll just...
Well, okay, we're gonna play a little video after I get this whole point out here to kind of touch into the real meat and potatoes of why this whole thing started. But there's this whole thing going around there where it's saying like George Soros has endorsed what is it, Ron DeSantis for president. No, you dumb sons of bitches. All that shit is taken out of clips. There's a reason why it's ... in those sentences, and there's a reason why they cut it where they did. Because the son of a bitch said, hey, it would be great if Ron DeSantis and Trump were starting to fight with each other and, you know, had it out on the political floor, because they would divide the Republican Party and the Democrats would win in a landslide. They left part of that quote out. Now, I'm all for a Trump DeSantis kind of debate. But there's no damn reason why we need to be slinging, oh, DeSantis is backed by George Soros because George Soros said this. Look at this. No, you go back to that original fucking quote. You go back to it because he said the Democrats would win in a landslide because of it. Yeah. Forcing the Republican Party to reform themselves.
Maybe. Hey,
but
maybe
anyway.
that's what we need. Maybe that's what the Republican Party needs. Maybe it needs to split.
Maybe it does. Maybe it does. You know, there's this supposedly two party. It's really a uniparty system. Maybe we need something different. I'm all for it. Let's get somebody else in.
Yeah.
You know. But all right. Meat and potato time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the reason why I bring up all this, out of all the dumbass rants we've had and all the stupid shit, the reason why I bring up all this here, and I want you guys to watch this little video. The COVID-19 vaccine is brought up on mRNA technology, okay? Now, I think Johnson & Johnson was not, and that was pulled for, what was it? Causing blood clots. You remember that? Okay. So, what is mRNA technology? Well, let's hear it from Pfizer themselves. Watch this.
Small but mighty, exploring mRNA. Though submicroscopic, messenger RNA, or mRNA, holds great potential for the future of healthcare. Copied from DNA and found in our cells, mRNA contains instructions for building proteins. But unlike DNA, the master instruction set, which stays in a cell's nucleus, mRNA is small enough to travel outside the nucleus to the cell's workshop, where proteins are constructed. Recently, this tiny strand took to the global stage with the development of COVID-19 vaccines. While conventional vaccines work by sending a piece of a virus, bacterium, or other pathogen into the body, mRNA vaccines send instructions instead. To enter our cells smoothly, mRNA travels within a protective bubble called a lipid nanoparticle. Once inside, our cells read the mRNA as a set of instructions, building proteins that match up with parts of the pathogen called antigens. Your immune system sees these antigens as invaders, dispatching defenders called antibodies and T cells, and training the immune system for potential future attacks. So if and when the real virus comes along, your body can recognize it, sounding the alarm to help defend against infection and illness. Beyond this, mRNA could also have potential use in cancer treatment, rare genetic disorders, and autoimmune diseases. Here at Pfizer, we're exploring the possibilities of mRNA, working towards breakthroughs that change patients' lives.
Wanted y'all to watch that because that is what it is. Okay. It is the ability to send genetic information to artificially produce an antibody to something. Now, I'm going to point out one part. I love the fact that when it looked like they were shaking hands. It looked like they were trying to jack each other off. That was fucking awesome. You guys should go back and watch that because I'm going to be honest. As I was recording that, I died. But it's just like, but yeah. Now that's what the whole thing is. It is artificially creating antibodies to something to rewrite the ability for your body to fight an infection. Now here's the thing. I've been thinking about this and I've been talking about this for a while with actual real doctors and nurses, people that I know personally. Some of them I have grown up with. Some of them I helped study with. Now, I'm no doctor. I'm no nurse. Yes. Disclaimer, talk to your fucking doctor. But there was a lot of things thrown around. When I asked this question, I asked them, what happens when your body produces too many antibodies? And I always got, well, what do you mean? Okay. Say I get infected with COVID-19. Now I have natural immunity, even though they try to gaslight you to try to tell you that that's not true, that never existed, and it's a right-wing conspiracy theory. So my natural immune system has created antibodies to that. I get scared after having a breathing aspect and everything. I get scared. What happens if I take this jab and now after the natural production of these antibodies that goes on for a few months, as it's been studied, up to 12, 7 to 12 is what they're saying after natural immunity. What happens when I get the jab and that jab makes me produce more? A lot of things were thrown around, things like a cytostorm, within your bloodstream and things like that. And there's one that I've never heard of. And I wrote it off because I never heard of it. I was studying up on everything else, and it's just like, no, this don't fit. This don't fit. This don't fit because none of these symptoms sound right. None of this rings in any case. But this one that I just wrote off, I was just like, after a while, I just got to start to thinking, and it just kept ringing in my head. Even while I was trying to write it off, it was ringing in my head. And I was just like, I know nothing about that. Let me look at everything else first. The one I wrote off is surprising as fuck. And I want y'all to see this. So what happens when your body creates too many antibodies? Let's rewrite that question. What happens when the mRNA technology is faulty and you create the wrong antibodies or incomplete antibodies? Antiphospholipid syndrome. Let's take a look at this. Antiphospholipid syndrome, sometimes known as Hughes syndrome, is a disorder in the immune system that causes an increased risk of what? What is that? What is that, Davey?
I believe that says blood clots. Yeah, blood clots.
This means people with APS are at a greater risk of developing conditions such as, wait, what was that one little short I did about that woman? Deep vein thrombosis? A blood clot that usually develops in the leg. Arterial thrombosis, which can cause a stroke or heart attack. Blood clots in the brain leading to problems with balance, mobility, vision, speech, and memory. You remember those people passing out? You remember those people that just started... They turned into John Fetterman for some fucking reason.
Eagles!
I'm sorry I brought that up. I'm not sorry. I'm not. I know the dude had a...
The dude just had another stroke, didn't he?
Yes. And everybody's just like, well, shit, his health is a problem. No shit, motherfuckers. We were sounding that alarm and he was just like, I'm Fetter Woman. The Eagles are better than the Eagles. We were sounding that fucking alarm. We get in front of you.
I said it when we were going over that commercial of his, and I was like, "What's he trying to do? Don't die?" And I didn't realize that was really the goal. Like, this dude just had another stroke. Like, why would people do this to people? Like, this is so wrong in many different ways. Like, what's going on with Biden? What's going on with this dude? They're just propping these people up just to put somebody in.
This is fucking elder abuse. It is.
Yeah, it really is. They're just propping people up just for them to go, huh? Yeah. Oh, John, do this. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, sure. John, say Fetter Woman. Fetter Woman!
Good night, everybody.
Like, did you hear what happened to freaking I know another tangent. Bruce Willis, dude's got dementia, right?
Yeah. Well, come on.
They made him make 20 movies before they stopped him from making movies.
Yes.
Like, this dude's made 20 movies before they're like, yep, let's just try to run him into the ground before, he totally loses it. This is
that did fucking happen, ladies and gentlemen. It did. Son of a bitch. Okay, but
look, pregnant woman now.
Yeah, pregnant women with APS also have an increased risk of having a what? What is that?
Oh, that thing that a lot of women were having after they got the shot or were near people who got the shot. Oh, miscarriage. Yeah. Suddenly women were just having a lot more miscarriages. Or if you're on the left, they're called mini abortions, according to them.
Yeah. And this isn't all right. This This isn't like Snow White and the Seven fucking Dwarfs where she was carried off in that fucking pumpkin carriage. No, that's not what we're talking about. This is spontaneous death of the child that was reported. All right. APS doesn't always cause noticeable problems. Some people have general symptoms that can be similar to those of multiple sclerosis, a common condition affecting the central nervous system. Anyway, now let's go to the causes. Because when I was looking this up, I was just like, fuck.
Mind you, look at the website. It's from the NHS. So it's not like
NHS.UK conditions, antiphospholipid syndrome causes.
This isn't the Atlantic. This isn't the New York Post. This isn't the New York Times. This is the NHS. This is the whatever the
so
British.
Everybody knows.
It's the British
NHS.
whatever their healthcare, national healthcare, whatever the British. It's the British healthcare.
The National Health Service.
Yeah.
Wikipedia. We'll use Wikipedia for this fucking. National Health Service is the umbrella term publicly funded healthcare system in the United Kingdom since 1948. They have been funded out of general taxation. Okay. Antiphospholipid syndrome. What are the causes? Antiphospholipid syndrome is caused by the body immune system producing abnormal antibodies called antiphospholipid antibodies. Again, I will state when I rewrote the question, what happens when the jab tells your body to create something that is incomplete or wrong? This increases the risk of blood clots developing in blood vessels, which can lead to serious health problems such as deep vein thrombosis. Hold on. That story that I had that short on. Stroke.
Like the tennis player.
And reported. Yep. Heart attacks.
Like the football players.
Cardiac arrest through everything. It's not quite. It's not clear why these abnormal antibodies are produced or why many people have anti-lipid antibodies but don't develop blood clots. A combination of genetic and environmental factors throughout this is responsible. Let's see. Antibodies are proteins. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Where is it?
Don't
Parts of the
listen. Don't
body's-
skip over it because I guarantee you a ton of people don't know what antibodies are.
Okay. Let's do it.
I mean, listen. There's a lot of people who are just like, yeah, the antibodies. And what are antibodies again?
T cells. Oh, are we talking about Resident Evil?
Are we talking about AIDS
No.
again? What? Huh?
Antibodies are proteins produced by immune system. You know, that thing that they tried to tell you didn't exist, to help fight off infection and illness. The body's defense system are produced to help protect against foreign invaders such as bacteria and viruses, COVID viruses. Holy shit. Now we're getting somewhere. Antibodies signal the immune system to release chemicals to kill these bacteria and viruses and to prevent infection from spreading. In APS, the immune system produces abnormal antibodies that, rather than attacking bacteria and viruses, mistakenly attack proteins found on the outer cells of the blood and blood vessels. Now, in the video, I want to replay it again, but I'm not going to. In the video, you remember that they were talking about lipid systems, antiphospholipid syndrome. Lipid is the fats within your system. Now, this is attacking proteins found on the outer wall of cells.
Wait, lipid means
Your red blood
fat.
cells. Yes.
Oh.
Right now, I got a lipid belly.
I would be calling a lot of people lipid on the internet.
You lipid motherfucker. God, your mother's so lipid.
I'm telling. Oh man, this is gonna be great. I'm just gonna be on the live and I'm gonna shut your lipid mouth.
People are gonna be like, "What's that mean?" Look at the fuck up. Do some work.
Go watch this show. We got a show for you, Voice of the People. Go watch it. It's on YouTube. You find out what lipid means. You lipid person.
The episode is called. Oh, I mispronounced or I misspelled it.
Sudden
The
Hear
episode is called Sudden Hear Attacks. I'll change that eventually. I forgot the T. Whatever. Fuck you. It's a thing. All right. I work today. Go fuck yourself. Anyway,
Listen, whenever most of the times when I text my wife and I read it back, it sounds like me typing in Spanish. Like, you are not, I love you. I was like, what?
You are not love you.
My wife goes, did you talk into the thing? And half times I'm like, no, I wrote it out.
I do that too. My little skinny ass thumbs that I still fat thumb. It still happens. Yes. It is not known how this causes the blood to clot more easily. Okay, so if the proteins that hold the cell together break down and are attacked and destroyed because of these abnormal antibodies, everything in the cell, including the that hold the cytoplasm that holds the mitochondria, everything that makes a cell. I'm trying to bring up basic biology 101, but there is cytoplasm. It's kind of like a jelly little fluid starts sticking together. It's not known. I'm kind of thinking that's what it is. But most experts believe that keeping your blood at correct consistency, not too runny and not too sticky, that's not a word.
Sticky?
Not too sticky is a delicate balancing. I was trying to put consistency and sticky together. Stickency.
Stickency.
Stickency things. All right. Stickency. All right. I'm calm down. I'm now a Nazi.
Oh, somebody's gonna take that out of context.
Fuck them. Media. We're not too big for Media Matters just yet.
We can't even get fucking Freely Ashley on the show.
Dude, I saw that. I went back to TikTok
clip.
and I saw that one where she's just sitting there watching, just kind of laying down on that little skit, and she just dies fucking laughing.
That is my favorite. That is probably my favorite part of all so far in the whole podcast. The time, dude, it's almost been a year. In May, it'll be a year. That's insane.
It's been a little over a year for us now.
But it's like,
I mean,
yeah,
this started with Abel, and he's just kind of bowed out of everything. But yeah,
Yeah.
this has been more fun. Just kind of doing this, man.
it is.
He missed out.
Yeah,
I've been
he
having
mi-
a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. Me
Um,
too. And you
but
just
yeah,
replaced me
it's-
with one Olympian with another. That's nice. That's nice of you. I mean, you're giving Olympians jobs, but you know,
At
we're
least
not
you don't have titty skittles.
I mean,
Y'all got to know
not
some of these
impla-
things.
not implanted. Mine are natural. God gave them to me.
Y'all got to go back because we're not explaining
I'm
the
not
titty
explaining
skittles
that.
thing again.
We've explained it enough. If you want to know, you can know.
Where is the whole thing? Okay, yeah, like I was saying, high blood pressure, deep vein thrombosis, stroke, mini stroke, heart attack, pulmonary embolisms. Diagnosis. All right. The diagnosis of APS is based on the result of specific blood tests and a medical assessment. If APS is suspected, you'll usually refer to hospitals to see either a hematologist or a rheumatologist. Hematologist is a specialist in conditions affecting the blood. Special rheumatologist is a specialist in conditions affecting the immune system. Specific blood test. To diagnose APS, the blood needs to be tested for an abnormal anti-lipid antibodies that increase the risk of blood clots. I'm going to roll in that here in a second. This requires a blood test specifically designed to look for these antibodies. A diagnosis of APS can only be made after 2 abnormal blood test results within at least 12-week gap between them. Basically, let me read this fully. This is because harmless anti-lipid antibodies can sometimes develop in the blood for short periods of time. Usually, this is the result of an infection or a side effect of medications such as antibiotics. If antiphospholipid antibodies are identified during the first blood test, another test will be needed at a later date to confirm whether the abnormal antibodies are still present. Basically, what this is saying is there is a certain test that is not run unless this is suspected. You're not going to catch it on any other test unless they suspect this.
So you mean they can't just stick a thing in your nose every 2 weeks and go, "Hey, you might have this."
Nope. This is a blood test that has to be done. A specific blood test targeting this specific problem. And it has to be done at least a 12-week gap, which means you get it done. Hey, they exist. 12 weeks later, you get it done. Guess what? They exist. You can go back and get it done a third time, but it's more likely than not, you do have antiphospholipid syndrome.
Not for nothing though, but if you have any of the symptoms, you're hoping to get 12 more weeks. Not gonna lie to you. If you're just like heart attack, stroke, deep vein thrombosis, am I gonna live another 12 weeks, doc? So we can do test number 2. I mean, that'd be great.
Well, I mean, it takes a while for them to bleed it out. System, if that's so, this is what has caused that. Yeah. But if blood tests confirm you have APS, your medical history will be carefully assessed to check whether you have experienced any previous symptoms that may be caused by APS. A diagnosis of APS can usually be confirmed if you have 1 or more confirmed blood clots and, if applicable, 1 or more unexplained late miscarriages at or after week 10 of your pregnancy. How many did we hear of miscarriages, late miscarriages? 1 or more premature birth at or before week 34 of your pregnancy. Now, I haven't heard of this being a thing caused by or is thought to be the jab. 3 or more unexplained early miscarriages before week 10 of your pregnancy.
Heard a bunch of those.
Yes. 3 or more from 1 person. I don't know about that.
No.
But a lot of like early miscarriages have happened. I don't know about 3 from the same person.
It's because they said screw it after the first one. They were getting another shot. There's a lot of people that were just like, you said take one shot, took one shot. You said take one booster, I took one booster. You're not gonna keep making me take this shit, are you? Well,
Yeah, right. But as I was reading into this and as I was looking into this kind of struck me. Now, medication. As part of your treatment, you'll be prescribed anticoagulant medicine such as warfarin or antiplatelet medications such as a low-dose aspirin. Hold up. Have you ever heard of anybody on blood thinners dying of COVID? Or at least suspected of being dead of this jab? That's something we need to look into because that's not normally reported. These people that are having these sudden heart attacks, especially these athletes, why the fuck would they be on blood thinners? Has anybody on blood thinners ever been suspected of dying from this jab? These work by interrupting the processes of blood clot formation. This means blood clots are less likely to form when they're not needed. Okay, so there's a treatment plan and everything with this, and that's not any of this information. You guys can look this up and just do a deep dive into this because every single bit of antiphospholipid syndrome, well, 90% of it rings true with what we've been seeing. Now, again, I'm not a doctor. Let me go back. There's my mouse. 4 fucking screens is too much. Again, I am not a doctor. And I urge every single one of you out there, do not take your medical information from me. This is something I just saw. This is something that stuck out into my mind. It kept ringing into my head because I knew nothing about this. I've never heard of it. Now, some of the nurses that I've grew up with, some of the nurses that I've helped, nurses in my area, doctors in my area, I've talked to them about this. I never once mentioned the COVID jab to try and throw any bias to them about it. I was just talking about this situation, just kind of like, hey, I kind of saw this and I just want to know more about it. This is a thing. Now, I have a question. If these abnormal antibodies that are created from number one, ineffective, and number two, faulty jab due to mRNA technology is causing abnormal antibodies that cause these blood clots, could this explain the fibrous blood clots that have been reported? It is a different makeup than normal blood clots. It doesn't break down. It's like a rubbery substance within these veins. Could this explain what we are seeing? Because if you're creating abnormal antibodies, these antibodies are attacking the cells that break down and cause the cytoplasm and everything within these cells to be released into the bloodstream. It's like a jelly substance anyway. It forms and hardens. Could that not be the fibrous blood clots we're seeing? I don't know.
It's too coincidental. It really is. It's really too coincidental that all this stuff is just so happens to be. I don't know. When you showed me that, we all just no, we can and we didn't. But when you showed
what's up,
me
Weezy?
that,
How you doing?
I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And it's so funny to like when somebody passes away at that age and they had a heart attack or a stroke. It's kind of like you watch the person, look at the other person, and right away that person goes, "It was not the jab. It's not." I didn't say anything.
That's happening all over the place.
I didn't say anything. Why you just internet. Why just all of a sudden did you just jump to that? Were you going to ask that? Maybe.
What was it?
Maybe
Tim
I
Pool
was.
put that out too, and it was just like he put out a tweet and he's just like, 23 died of a heart attack. And the top comment was, it's not the jab. I know that's what you're getting. Yeah, that's exactly what he's referring to with that. It's happening everywhere. And people are scared of this because y'all got to understand there is some freaky ass fucking shit happening. It may not be a planned thing. It may not be a nefarious thing. It doesn't have to be. This shit was rolled out so damn fast and really not tested. It's not like phmpt.org exists where you click on the Pfizer documents and you look up 5.3.6 post-market, and then they tell you during the testing phase, out of the 40,000, 1,223 people died within the first 30 days, and then goes on to list 9 pages of adverse events that they knew about before they rolled it out. It doesn't have to be a big conspiracy kind of Bill Gates and George Soros and Klaus Schwab want to kill everybody in the world to bring about the 500 million people on the planet for the New World Order. It doesn't have to be that. It's faulty. It's fucked up. It's not complete. It's not right. So therefore, your body gets the wrong signals to produce the wrong antibodies or abnormal antibodies. And now you have antiphospholipid syndrome that causes everything we've been seeing.
You mean the medical company that had to pay the largest fine in medical history kind of probably could have made a boo-boo and didn't want to say anything about it, and is one of the largest donors to every media station out there?
Which is probably why Trump did say, hey, we're going to sign this thing to where if anything happens, the drug manufacturer can't be sued. And they lifted all kinds of restrictions and just rushed it out. It's incomplete. It's faulty. I do not think, now that I've gone through this, I do not think this is some kind of conspiracy theory to kill people. However, it is killing people because it is a faulty technology.
But I love how I love how every other drug can have a side effect or something like that, and something goes wrong, and people aren't, that there's people, they used to put lead in gasoline. Okay, they used to put lead in paint.
Yeah, they did.
You're telling me that they couldn't screw up and put the wrong thing or do the wrong thing with this and accidentally, like you said, they rushed it to try to get it into people and to try to appease people. And could they have screwed up? How many commercials do you see? Well, if you've had mesothelioma since 1960, if you were in Camp Lejeune in 1984 to 1987, you could be like, how many commercials are there that now you're suing these companies? But not only that, when you see the vaccine commercials, do you hear the Micro Machine Man at the end of it where they rattle off every single thing? Well, like even what's it? There's a drug, Zoloft or whatever it is. Zoloft. One of the things of Zoloft is you could try to commit suicide. Like, and they tell you that on the thing. The ED medication could lead to more ED, and they tell you that in the commercial. Why? Because they don't want to get sued.
Ambien to help you sleep makes you sleepwalk, and you could drive your car without even knowing you're doing it.
Yeah, but at the end of the commercial for the vaccine, all you hear is, help your neighbor, don't kill your grandma, and do the best you can for everybody else and get your vaccine shot. Thank you. And that's it. There's no side effects, no nothing.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
Brought to you by the Tony Awards. Thank you.
I mean, I honestly think this is what's going on now that I've looked into this and then mulling this over. And, it literally has been months, because I remember bringing this up to you and Scott and everybody else in our Discord and everything. And I'm just like, guys, check this out for a second. And then I brought it up in one of your streams. You're just like, I can't pronounce that word. And then just jumped over. And I was like,
Hey,
I think
listen.
this is what's going on. I think this is what's happening. I really do. Because you got your heart attacks, you got your deep vein thrombosis, you got the blood clots, everything that they've been talking about, everything that is a right-wing conspiracy theory matches up with antiphospholipid syndrome. And you have to have a specific test to find this. So if you're not looking for this, it's going to be looked over. And if all this shit just like I said, the cytoplasm within your cells and everything, all this shit just coagulates and causes these blood clots that are abnormally formed because of a faulty system. Maybe this is why we're finding these fibrous blood clots that are different. They're like a rubbery substance that everybody's freaking the fuck out about. Maybe this is because of this reason. Not nefarious at all. Not like I can't say that they didn't plan for this shit to happen. I'm going to lean on the fact that they didn't know that this shit would happen.
Or
I think this is what's going on.
Or they probably knew that there was a chance this would happen, and they just said, "We need this out. Let's get this out, and get people back to their normal lives." And they said, "Well, there's a possibility," and somebody just went, "Just get it out," and and that's what they did. They were just trying to rush it out so that way everybody can get back to normal life.
Yeah.
I think they tried. I think they tried to do. They tried to do the right thing, but they did it the wrong way. And I mean, once again, do you trust the government to have your best interest? And the answer is always no. I mean, this is kind of off topic, but we've done this all day. I don't know if you've heard they're having an ADHD medicine shortage because the FDA and
No, I haven't heard.
oh
Hold up,
yeah,
what?
yeah, yep, they're having an Ritalin and a whatchamacallit, what's the Adderall. They're having an Adderall shortage because everybody discovered that they had ADHD in the middle of this pandemic. And the FDA won't.
Hold the fuck up.
And the FDA won't. The DEA and the FDA won't let any more medication be made because it's a Schedule 1 drug.
ADHD medication shortage is getting worse. What went wrong? Neither drug makers nor DEA anticipated a sharp rise in ADHD diagnosis during the pandemic. All right. I've now look, my nephew has ADHD. It does fucking exist. This dude, he was all over the place as a kid. It does fucking exist. I know this. But what happens when you tell kids they can't go outside, they can't play, they have to sit down and shut the fuck up? Just like they do in schools. Oh, you can't do that because you want to go out there and play? You can't focus because you'd rather see what happens when you throw a pencil into the fucking drop ceilings of school?
But it's
Well,
not
now
just
you got
kids.
ADHD.
It's not just kids, it's adults. I mean,
how many times have you done that in school? I did it every day.
Yeah, listen.
You know how many times my parents had to buy pencils?
When we moved here, I went through a bunch of my stuff, and I still have my old progress reports. And David's a good kid, except he doesn't shut the fuck up. That's basically what the teacher said for every single one of them. He has a hard time concentrating. He can't finish his task. Yeah, it's it, dude. I'm telling you, it's like there's a lot of times where I just don't want to talk to anybody. And like literally, I'll get angry. Like sometimes, so the Discord will go off, and I'll just see like conversation, and that's why you won't see me sometimes make any because I just don't want my whole like thing just shuts down. Like I'll shut down for days or hours or something, and it just I don't, at work, sometimes I'll just shut down, and this is what helps. And if this happens, I've got people at my job who say that they're fearful of this because they don't know what they're going to do. There's people that are like their anxiety from not having their medication is through the roof, and this is not going to be good. And of course, the government goes, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We can't do we can't give any more drugs out. We can't do this. Like, no, once again, you just rushed out and told people they had to get millions of people that they had to get this shot, but you can't make more medication for people who can't focus. And possibly, to be honest with you, some people will end themselves because of this. And this is
the fact that you have that problem makes me fucking realize that half the shows are because of that.
They really are.
No, but I do get your point. It's going to be a problem with this, but here's the thing. Without this, we're going to find out how many kids really do have ADHD and how many they're over medicating.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. You know how I know I don't have ADHD? I took one of my nephew's pills one time and it gave me ADHD.
But do you understand? That's why people were saying they got ADHD. They were not able to go out and get certain things. So what did they do? They realized if they had this medication, there was probably parents taking their kids' medication during this time. And we're like, wow, I'm getting stuff done. Or hey, I could drink a little more, get a little more drunk, but because it does do that too. So I can drink. Here's what the thing is. My wife yells at me because this is, by the way, once again, I drink this all day long and my blood pressure went down. So, but I drink this.
Ow.
I don't know. But
I have one, maybe two a day. I will limit that because my ass is, I just don't go to sleep at all.
I can drink that. I can drink coffee and I can go right to bed. Just like when I used to do that stuff that, I've never done, but I've smelt it before. It would calm me down.
That's a lie by admission.
Yeah, I know. But that would calm me down and I would just kind of be tranquil and normal-ish. I mean, they were still like me, like, shut up, get out of here. No, that's mine. That's mine. Leave me alone. But so these parents who now have this energy and all this stuff are now like, wait a minute, I can get this legally. Go to their doctor. The doctor don't want to see them. So the doctor's, sure, whatever, here, take this. And now people aren't going to be able to get their medications. And that's not the only thing. There's a lot of other medications. There's a doctor on TikTok who's been telling everybody about all these medication shortages for a couple of months. And now that they're like, well, you won't be able to get your ADHD medicine. And there's a lot of people I know that are affected by it, like really affected by it. And they've told, I'm in a Discord with a bunch of people from where I am, that it's like 130 people who you can't get to, talk to each other or meet up with each other because we're all like all on different wavelengths. But yeah, there's a lot of people
that would be the most chaotic bullshit server I have. 130 ADHD motherfuckers trying to talk to each other.
Yeah,
that would be entertaining though.
You'll see bunches of you'll see one day it'll just be like 40, 50, 60 like messages, and then for 2 weeks silent. And then another day of 40, 70, 80 messages, and another 2 weeks is just silent.
I forgot y'all existed. What's up? How you doing?
Yeah, somebody will just message and all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, we're part of this Discord. And then it's just like, hey, what's up? How's everybody doing? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And then it'll get to the end of the day. We'll all go to sleep and it'll be like the 51st dates. Like, what the hell was that? What? Huh?
I gotta write a note at the end of the night. Fuck.
But yeah, man.
But no. I do want to point this out. It's just surprising because we're just now hearing about it, but it enters the 5th month. People who rely on medication to help manage attention deficit hyperactivity disorder are finding few, if any, available alternatives. Mm-hmm. We're 5th fucking month and we're just now finding out about this shit.
Yep.
What? Hold up. And nobody has been talking about this either. So
nope.
You got the scoop on that shit. Woo. Congratulations. 2 scoops in one night. 2 scoops of fucking ice cream. Are we Joe Biden's fucking...
I mean, that's what he puts in his 2 scoops anyway. It's just his blood thinner and his ADHD medication. Like, look at ice cream. Ice cream.
Blood thinner. Maybe that's why this motherfucker hasn't died of any kind of blood clot.
Dude,
Oh wow.
He's the president. He's got all the good stuff.
They're pumping him full of fucking amphetamines.
Dude,
they gotta be.
You gotta tell me they gave him a proper physical and said, nope, he's good. You're out of your mind.
This motherfucker's fit as a fiddle.
If you don't think the government's lying to you after that happens, and and Trump's good too. Yeah, he's perfect. 300 and something pounds, 6'2". Yeah, fine. Fit as a fiddle.
John Fetterman.
You
know, it was a right-wing conspiracy theory. This dude had a fucking stroke, and then all of a sudden he needs a prompter. But no, he's fine. It's not going to affect him. And then all of a sudden he gets into office. Not even, a month and a half later, this dude has a stroke again. I mean, one of the symptoms of having a stroke is you may have another stroke. What the fuck?
And he had two of them. And then he had another one.
Not to mention the goiter on his neck. I don't even know what the fuck that is. That
thing has got its. I want to know what he named it.
It's becoming sentient.
He probably named it Koopa.
This shit's growing. There's something in it trying to disrupt his head and take it over. Because
if I see two guys
no, that's actually a stroke, but yeah, it's still kind of funny to think about.
If I see two guys in black suits, we're fucked. Watch this. Because you see eyes coming out of that thing.
Maybe, hey, you remember those green lasers that were reported over Hawaii?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what that is. It's just like a mind wipe of the entire fucking country. Because as George Carlin said, think of the stupidest person you know and then realize half the country is stupider than that. Maybe that's what's going on. China's mind wiping the fuck out of us.
Maybe Fetterman's just going home. maybe, that thing on his neck was just like, it's just a portal that just opens up. And yeah, no, John had a stroke and he passed away. And then you just see the lights just flicker. He went back. John went home. He went back and they're all retarded. Nope, sorry. They're all dumb. They're all dumb. Don't go there. Don't go there. They're not even. Do you know what they're eating? They're eating bugs. Do you want to know what they're eating?
For climate change.
Yeah. Don't go there. No, just let them kill themselves. We'll take it over when they're done, because they're going to kill each other. I'm telling you right now, they're going to kill each other. Then we'll just take it over.
These motherfuckers are reporting back to their hive mind that the leader of the free world just fucking launched a $500,000 Sidewinder missile at a $50 balloon. I swear to God, the hobbyist, there's a balloon. Oh, let me find it. Oh my God, this is great. This is fucking great.
He shot something down that Robin Hood could shoot down.
Shoots down.
Hey, did you see that? I shot that down. I shot it down. Joe, you know that that's full of air, right? You could have just popped it with a, like a knife or something. No, I shot it with a $50,000 missile. Come on, man. Come on, man. What good is it to have if you can't shoot it?
Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade, Illinois hobby group, claims its $13 weather balloon last pinged near Yukon on February 10th, just before any two brought UFO in same area with $400,000 missile. These motherfuckers shut down. I'm sorry. This is fucking hilarious. This is damn hilarious. Look, apparently they used a $500,000 missile to shoot down a plastic fucking balloon.
And you want to give me your tax money to this motherfucker?
This is, dude. I have to quote millennial Spike Lee. I have to quote Kelvin. This is the greatest show. We need to have him back the fuck on. That is great. I'm trying.
He's been asking me. He's like, you guys don't ever like, dude. It's just we just have so many people back to back to back to back. We're finally hopefully get Ashley on, So I told her like 3 months, but yeah. But I did. That's all, folks. That's all I could. A third, and you really want me to believe? You want me to believe that Ukraine needs $100 and something billion? He shot down a $13 balloon with a five. How much was the missile again? How much?
400,000, 500,000 roughly.
And you guys are mad that Trump gave people McDonald's and he threw paper towels. That's what you people are angry with. You're angry with a man who said girls were bleeding out of their eyes or wherever. But this guy is spending what would be most people's like lifetime salary on a $13 fucking balloon, and you're mad at the other guy?
I can't. I just fucking can't anymore, dude. I can't even find my mouse anymore. God, I can't.
This is why you don't watch The View, because then you start thinking that this is fine. Oh my God. Oh.
I'm gonna die over here. God. Maybe I have antiphospholipid syndrome.
I just had a brain aneurysm.
I have stupidity aneurysms all the time because of this shit, dude.
He spent almost $500,000. You know what you can do with $500,000? And he shot a balloon.
Ask Hillary Clinton. She took hundreds of thousands of dollars and only built a couple of buildings in Haiti because of the 2010 earthquake. All right.
She built a couple of mud huts. This dude's shooting down a balloon, a $13 balloon. It's like shooting your car at a kite that your kid was flying. Like you're like, you know what'll take that kite down? I don't want that kid to play with his kite anymore. I'm gonna shoot my car at it. I am.
We can give tanks to Ukraine. Meanwhile, we're shooting fucking missiles out of plastic bag.
And he's gloating about it. He was like, "Hey, see what I did, guys? Hey, I shot it down. I'm gonna go have my 2 scoops now." Oh God, that just gives me a headache.
This is why we are the laughing stock of the fucking world.
This is why Vladimir Putin was just like, fuck him. Like,
this is why this motherfucker's like, y'all fuck with me, I'm a nuke your ass, because I'm done with the stupidity. He should have put it that way. We would have understood.
He did. If you watch one of his news conference, he was like, listen, I'm just trying to be myself, and the Americans are messing with me, and what do you want me to do? I'm just going to nuke you guys if that's what it takes. And you got a guy, they were worried about Trump nuking somebody because we don't want him to have the nuclear foe. This guy spent a $400,000 missile at a $13 balloon. And you don't think that he will press the button if he thinks maybe he's trying to flush his toilet?
Meanwhile, after January 6th, Nancy Pelosi went to the Joint Chiefs of Staff saying, don't listen to fucking Trump. Guess what? They told her, ma'am, if we did that, that would be a military coup. What was she running her mouth about 3, 4, 5 months before the election? This is the greatest show.
I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted.
And then this is the same motherfucker who sat there during his State of the Union and that Nancy Pelosi was the best Speaker of the House we've ever had. This is the same bitch that said you have to pass the bills to find out what's in them. This is the greatest show. We are in a fucking simulation. I'm convinced.
But do you understand? Like every time
I'm half on board with flat Earth theory because of this shit now. Maybe they have a fucking point. We got motherfuckers shooting down $13 balloons with $400,000 missiles. Nancy Pelosi's the best speaker of the fucking house, and this motherfucker, like, I don't even know. I would a trans teacher with Z-cup prosthetic breasts. We've got this shit happening in society. Come the fuck on. We live in a simulation. I don't even know why he exists in this article. I don't give a fuck.
Who is that guy? Looks like Megamind with a little bit of hair. What the hell is what? Who is Metro City?
Random fucking articles. Let's just go. 6 people shot in a series of shootings in rural Mississippi. 1 victim found dead. Okay, this may not be funny, but
and they asked the victim, "How'd he die? Hey guy, how'd you die? Did you ever see that news article?" Where they asked,
the victim could not be reached for comment.
No shit.
I mean, come on, guys. You gotta see this shit now. Like, I used to be red pilled, and then I became black pilled. I'm stuck on clown pill. I'm still kind of raging the fuck out.
I just need more pills. This is why people on so many pills, because they don't want to see this. I don't want to. Dude, do you understand how I was happier when I was just like, no, the world is great. We're all kumbaya. And now I'm like, I just want the steak to taste like steak again. This is not this. This is all numbers, and I understand.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Oh my God. I
do want to go back to like 2016, 2017, where I didn't give a fuck about anything anymore. But then again, I look back and I was just like, God damn, I was fucking dumb. I mean, I believe Bill Clinton was a great fucking president. I believe Obama did fucking awesome until I learned that he was bombing American kids. Fuck me.
Biden's trying to. All of us. $400,000 in a $50 balloon.
No, he's not bombing them. He's fucking them. Ashley Biden, his own fucking daughter, the Biden fucking diary.
Can you believe that they're trying to sue and say they stole the whole laptop thing? They're just like, no, they got it illegally. The heroin guy left the laptop at the laptop place because he was on heroin. The guy was on heroin. Oh, crap. Whatever. He was on whatever. He's paying hookers $10,000. Please just don't tell my dad to spend $10,000 on you. Please just don't tell him. Are you okay? Are you fine?
The same dude that told his girlfriend to throw a fucking gun in a dumpster across the street from a school is the same motherfucker that left this laptop that implicates everything at a fucking repair shop because he was too cracked out on Parmesan cheese.
And this is the smartest guy Joe Biden knows. This is the smartest guy he's ever met. It's his own son. This guy.
Who the fuck runs this country? I want to know that because I'm thinking the fucking president.
I'm thinking it's Matt and Trey by this time. By right now, I'm thinking the guys that write South Park are running this country.
Mike Judge.
Yes.
How many times has that motherfucker been right? It's Mike Judge.
Where's my copy of Idiocracy? Because I'm telling you right now, it is following it. Bondo. It's good for the plants. Do you mean the plants don't need?
We need to have a watch party of that.
Yeah, we do. Oh my God.
We were supposed to watch Tropic Thunder, but we went off on the Hell Baby.
You know how many times I keep telling Ashley about Hell Baby? But the creepy
the entire time she's like, God damn, what are y'all watching?
Creepy babies that just run around. How many creepy babies do you know that run around?
Punching the baby back to hell. They stuck the umbrella in his ass, and then they open it up, and the umbrella just popped through the neck.
And the people who are just continually saying, but Joe Biden's so much better.
They're much better from what? You didn't answer that. From what? What?
Ted Cruz going to
We
Cancun.
paid the fuck attention.
I don't know. I mean, I got a headache. I have a headache from laughing so hard. It's just, but my favorite. Put that picture back up, please. Can you please put that picture back up? If you can go back to
the weird dude.
The crew of everybody with the balloon. Let
me see. Hold up. Where is that? Adderall shortage. Biden. It's got to be.
It was in the Daily Mail.
I'll find it again. Hold on.
I mean, just the look of the smiles on their faces. Like, here's a $13 balloon that he shot with $400,000 of our tax dollars. Like, to be honest with you, like, look at the kid in the front with the hat. Look at the smuggler. Look at the guy in the back with the vest. They're all smiling. And the old man's holding it up like, hey, the balloon. Hey. They're all, what are you smiling about? You spent $400,000 of all your tax money to shoot that stupid thing down. And you guys are smiling like, hey, cheese.
We don't know what the fuck this is. It's a plastic fucking bag.
Cheese.
We were freaking out for fucking weeks over a plastic bag. Oh. God damn. I can understand the Chinese balloon thing. Yes, that was a thing. I don't understand why the fuck y'all dumb sons of bitches knew it was off the coast of Alaska and didn't shoot it down right then and there and let it go across the country going over nuclear silos, but yet you freak the fuck out about a plastic fucking bag. It's unidentified. We don't know what this is. Let's not say UFOs because that'll freak people out. For a plastic bag. Yeah.
Our Bud Dwyer shot was cheaper.
God damn it. And we're gearing up for war because of this shit. Are you kidding me?
At least he solved the problem.
Yeah, no more plastic bags over the United States.
No,
we get it.
Our Bud Dwyer solved his problem.
Oh. God damn.
I mean, dude, this is just
done. I'm done with society.
This is gonna keep me up all night now. You know that. This just made my ADHD just go hyper focused on. I need to just keep finding articles with stuff like this, like $400,000 on a $13 balloon.
Which is probably why you're gonna find that shit like you did that one time with the buzzwords situation I did that video on.
Oh man, that was
fun recording, dude. That was goddamn great.
But I mean, it's you pointed out it was 5 years ago, and I was like, ah, shit. But then I'm thinking like, yeah, 5 years ago they still thought this stupid shit. Like, you really like, and I said it. SJW stood for stingy Jew. Where's the W? What?
Oh,
where's
cuck means lover of fat women.
And the whole dude and Leanne with the trap thing, she just took it into a whole nother level with trap music, and I was just like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, yeah, you're not allowed to sing trap music anymore because apparently you love to do a certain thing to women if you do trap music.
Oh my god,
dude, the news is
all right.
stupid.
So
don't be a mainstream minion, please, please.
I'm sorry, Crypto. I don't know how long your thing has been over here because I've been having fun laughing at the stupidity of mankind. But he says, Crypto77 Patrick says, space is a law of thermodynamics violation. The shape of the earth cannot be put through the scientific method. Like I said, I'm half on board with this flat earth bullshit theory because, goddamn, people are dumb. People are fucking dumb.
Is there a way to
And-
get in touch with John Fetterman and ask him to take me with him? Like the more and more
I want
things
aliens to show. I want
Dude,
aliens to
the
show
more
now.
and more
Just get me the fuck off here.
the more and more stuff happens.
I'll take
I'm
the
just-
anal probes.
I understand that girl in Independence Day that jumped onto the that went onto the top of the roof and was like, "Yeah, take me with you," and I'm 3 seconds away. If there's an alien, I'm going, "Yeah, take me with you." All right, well,
You notice in that movie, she was the exact target that the fucking aliens hit. Like
that's because she had to get up front
Just
like it
go
was
ahead.
a rock. She had to get up front like it was a rock concert. Like they were gonna see her first. Like, I want to bang you. Yeah, hey, see my sign. Well,
those
here-
motherfuckers just they saw that and they're just like, that bitch is target number 1.
Busted. They waited for her. They waited till she got there, and they're like, "Yep."
Like 30 seconds away from pulling out my fucking Joker laugh at this point.
Oh man, I listen. Sometimes I just think we just deserve whatever happens. We really, dude. And I kind of, I'm thinking about. I like. Did you know? I didn't even realize that. Putin actually put out a peace agreement back in like last March with Ukraine.
And Vladimir Zelensky turned it down?
He put out a peace agreement. But you all you hear is and Boris Johnson told them no. Boris Johnson was just like, no, they can't do that. I'm just like, whoa. What are we doing here, folks? They were gonna be peacefully. Putin was gonna go away, and now it's just like, well, Putin's this. But he offered a peace agreement. Like, people, what are we doing here? Like, what?
Meanwhile, Ukrainian artillery is misfiring into a different country. This motherfucker's saying NATO needs to respect right the fuck now. Not to mention the fact that the US was the one that bombed the fucking pipeline over there. Y'all remember that shit? We did it.
I don't think anybody was saying that. Yeah, there were people saying that, and I think
Nord
people
Stream pipeline.
were calling people who said that conspiracy theorists and Trumpers and MAGA Republicans, and they're just feeding this. Oh no. Oh, it's true. Oh, it's true. Hey, you know the president shot a balloon with $400,000.
$13 balloon with $400,000 worth of missile.
Dude, I will never let that. You got to send me that. Like, just screenshot it and send it to me because I want it. I want to make it my backdrop on my phone. So when anybody ever says anything about it, I'm just gonna go look.
I'll clip it right the fuck now.
Look at this.
All right, hold up. Where is it?
And people like to talk about the debt ceiling and they gotta, or else you want to see a recession. How about this? How about you give your kid $1,000 credit card and then he runs it up and you go, don't run it up. Well, can I get $1,000 more? Yeah, sure. I'll give you $1,000 more. Don't run it up. Okay, runs up to $2,000. Don't run it up. Can I get more? Sure. Go ahead. Take some more. I'll run it up to $3,000. That's you. Eventually, you tell the kid to no, it's done. You got to pay it back. But no, the government just keeps going. We'll just keep going up. Did your credit card ever do that? Did your credit card? You ever max out your credit card and they go, "Hey, we're gonna raise your limit." Okay, I'm gonna max it out again. Hey, we're gonna raise your limit. Hey,
I mean, that sounds like a great ass plan, but no.
I don't plan on paying it back anytime soon. In the next maybe 40, 70 years, maybe I'll pay it back. If not, I'll just ask you for more money. Is that okay? Is that cool? No. But we keep going. We keep going. No, they got to raise the debt ceiling. We got to raise the debt ceiling. We got to raise. No, stop raising the debt ceiling.
Hold on. Last location of the hobby balloon was over Alaska. Object shot down over Mayo, Yukon, Canada. It floated over the entire state of Alaska. It shot down in fucking Canada.
That was the thing that Canada made us shoot down?
Yes.
I quit. I fucking quit. I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit.
motherfucker that literally ran off and cried because Xi Jinping told him to get the fuck away from him is the motherfucker that told us to shoot down a plastic balloon over Canada with a $400,000 missile. Oh, god damn.
I'm shaking.
$13.33
And it's out of stock.
balloonsonline.com.
It's out of stock. How many more missiles are we going to be missing soon? Every Canadian is now going to throw a balloon up and see, hey, you want to see a cool trick, eh? Watch this balloon. You want to see America weighs $400,000, eh? Watch this. And it's just going to throw it away. And then Black Trudeau is going to be like, hey, you want to take that balloon down? We need somebody to take that balloon down because we can't afford it. So you want to take it down?
There is no reason at all for China to even try to go to war. Just send these motherfuckers over the United States. We will literally run ourselves out of ammo. This is so damn retarded. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like,
it's sold out.
Hobby balloon launched from Illinois, went to Alaska, curved back, and shot down in Canada.
I mean, I understand they want to ban plastic bags, but did you have to send that?
No, fuck you, plastic bags. We taking $400,000 missiles at the son of a bitch. Learn your lesson, bitches. We're just gonna have paper straws wrapped in plastic from now on.
My brain hurts. What's left of it? My brain hurts. Oh shit.
This is why I'm either severely pissed off all day or I just don't give a fuck about anything. Look, Jesus Christ. I
Hey.
came into this shit like in like I said in December of 2017. This is the kind of stupidity that made me come into this, and now here we are in 2023. We're shooting down missiles. We're shooting down plastic bags with missiles at this point. And y'all want me to take anything fucking seriously anymore?
I don't know if I'm crying because I'm sad or I'm laughing so hard. I don't know which one it is. Now I can't get the Canadian accent out of my head. All I want to do is be like, hey, you want to send a balloon up? Hey. I swear to God, it's an episode of Trailer Park Boys. That's what it is. That's what it is. Hey, Julian.
You can have some Ricky-isms going on right now.
Oh. Ricky.
I told her so.
Shoot the freaking
I told her so.
Shoot the freaking Ricky. It's a balloon. Just shoot it down.
There's an F-22 Raptor over us. They're watching us. Just launch a balloon. The United States will shoot it down. I told her so. God. Meanwhile, Julian's over there with a glass the entire time. Fuck these stupid motherfuckers.
Bubbles. You can't do that. Bubbles, relax. Julian, relax, Ricky, relax. We can't do that. We can't shoot a balloon down. Hey, here's America. They're going to shoot it down. Hey.
If y'all haven't seen Trailer Park Boys, look that shit up. It's fucking great.
It's so great. They're just, I got my grade 8.
The problem is this shit was made in Canada, but it reflects the United States so damn well.
It does. Leahy was the best.
I grew up in a trailer park, and I can confirm a lot of that shit that's in there. Yes, it is exaggerated, but a lot of that shit really does happen in trailer parks.
I'm thank God I don't drink anymore.
This is why I drink. Not really, but
I'm fuck, man. Well, I mean, so listen, anti-lipoloids.
Let's roll into final thoughts with all this shit. Now that we had a 30-minute damn, almost 30. Actually, it was what 23 minutes rants on fucking missiles.
Dude, you had to show me that fucking balloon. It just.
I apologize, but not really.
No,
everybody needs to know that shit.
Dude, I'm going to clip that whole section and put that out because that was great. That was.
I'm getting a lot of clips from this whole damn thing. There's going to be a lot of clips coming up from this whole damn live here. Goddamn. I can't. I just can't with society anymore. So let's roll off into final thoughts. And by the way, it's antiphospholipid syndrome.
Yeah, whatever. That's just German to me. Hey.
Yeah, but final thoughts, man. What you got?
I mean, my brains are on the floor right now. I don't even. You can find me on Twitter at MW Troublemaker. TikTok, Business Party Podcast every Wednesday live, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. 7 Central, 8 Eastern. You know how many people we get from the East Coast? They're like, what time are you doing it? We're doing 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Okay. What time are we doing it? 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Oh, I thought it was 7. That's CST. That's what the CST stands for, Central. And that's why I said 8 Eastern. But yeah, we go live every Wednesday. We're gonna start doing a couple more things. I say that every time, and then I end up here with you or somewhere else, just having a good time, and we don't end up doing it. But yeah, so main show, Business Party Network, Business Party Podcast on Instagram. What else? You can find Scott at Scott _ Craiglow on Instagram. You can find me at Midwest Troublemaker on Instagram. Website will be up soon. Shirts
again.
Yeah. Shirts. We have shirts coming out. They're paid for. They will be on the website soon. I will get the website finished. I'm doing everything myself. I'm going to YouTube University and trying to get all this stuff done. So, but yeah, it's if you go to my Instagram, you can see the picture. It says on the back, "Don't be a mainstream minion." But yeah, this was fun. I mean, I always have fun when I come on here with you, man. It's just
I love you on, brother, because this is great.
You just listen. I love being on with intellectual people because they make me kind of smarter, and I learn things because I'm half a dum-dum. But yeah, I mean, $400,000 for a $13 balloon will never leave my mind ever again. And I will never let anybody else forget it ever. Because all I can think about now is the scene in American Beauty when he's just filming the bag going around in circles, and all I'm thinking is Biden is just like, shoot it! Send a missile.
You have that, what is it, that Lady Gaga song, Taylor Swift, what is it? Do you ever feel like a plastic bag floating in the wind until a missile fucks you in the ass?
I will never be able to listen to that song and not and then just be, do you feel like a plastic bag?
Katy Perry.
Yeah. I mean,
it brings a whole new meaning to that fucking song now.
I guess you could mix that song with "Baby You're a Firework" right after it.
Dude, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna get the song. I'm gonna put like balloons exploding and shit. I'm gonna fucking do it. That is my test tomorrow.
Baby, I'm a firework. Oh man. So yeah. Once like I say to end our show, we're not here to fucking change your mind. We're just here to open your mind and just to see the stupidity of this shit.
Yeah. I tried, but we fucked up a lot. We were trying to do something, but the last 40 minutes of this was stupidity.
Gold, Jerry. It was gold.
But dude, I appreciate the hell out of you.
Yeah,
Every
I
time you come
appreciate
on here, every time we do this, man, I can't. I have a hell of a lot of fun with you.
Yeah, me
It's
too, man.
great.
It's fun. I mean, I say the most atrocious shit, but I say it out of love because it's the shit that pops in my head, and I don't mean any of it, and that's why that's why my nickname is what it is, because I just make trouble wherever I go. Wherever I go.
All right.
I
So,
appreciate you.
final thoughts for me, ladies and gentlemen. Like I was trying to point out from the very beginning of it, we went through a whole process of going over everything. The cardiac arrest, the strokes, the heart attacks, and everything, I do believe is caused by the jab. And my camera's out of focus, apparently. So fuck it, whatever. I do believe that it is caused by the jab, but I do not think it's a nefarious situation. Apparently, maybe I gotta get close. No, fuck it. Whatever. I'm not doing it. I don't think it's a nefarious situation. I think it was just a mistake that it's causing what is known as antiphospholipid syndrome. For those of you that don't know, that weren't following along at the end of everything here, go ahead and look that up because it does track with everything that we've been seeing. Well, not everything, but a lot of what we've been seeing. I'm going to keep following this fucking lead because I believe this is balloon shit. Well, Idiocracy was never supposed to be a documentary. It was supposed to be a comedy. Again, I appreciate the fuck out of you, Davey. That was great, dude.
I mean, look, this is the guy that's leading everything. He was in this movie. This is Sean Penn. This is who a lot of people are taking their advice from. I bought this the other day because they're going to take this away eventually. But if you've never seen this movie, this is a great movie. This is a great
That was the motherfucker
movie
that gave Zelensky his damn Oscar.
Yep. I mean, you never go full retard.
How many times have I used that clip now? I mean, that is literally saved on my computer.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Why is my camera doing this?
Maybe clean it.
Am I drunk or is my camera fucked?
Well, you drink. And
Probably both. I don't know.
But yeah, that's the dude. That's the dude right there that gave Zelensky his Oscar.
Yeah.
She likes this one because this one's pretty, and she likes the pretty one. This is do you have $1? I have $1. It's a good movie. It really is. But I mean, I don't think it could be made today. That's why I bought it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our entire society make Gilbert Grape's brother. Let me retry that. Ladies and gentlemen, our entire society make Gilbert Grape's brother look like fucking Albert Einstein. Let's have fun with it. Because that's all we can do anymore. Society's fucked. We're fucked. Enjoy the fucking ride. That almost seems pointless to say, but I'm going to give my outro with it. You have a voice. It is important. Please sit down. Let's talk. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you again very soon.
I'm riding the bomb just like Buscemi in Armageddon, baby. Let's go!